Okay, here's a thought experiment for you. If you had to build a language from scratch using only the most essential words, how would you even begin to choose them? I mean, which words are so fundamental that we absolutely couldn't live without them?
It's a really fascinating puzzle when you think about it. What actually makes a word truly essential? Is it just how often we use it? Or maybe it's about describing basic human needs like eat or sleep? Or is it something else, something deeper? Yeah, trying to find the absolute core of a language is definitely not as simple as it sounds.
Well, it turns out you don't actually have to guess. This exact question led to the creation of something called Basic English. It's a simplified version of the language, and it was designed for international use. And at the very heart of it is a very, very exclusive list.
Just 850 words. That's it. From the hundreds of thousands of words we have in the English language, linguists somehow managed to boil it all down to this powerful, fundamental core. And believe me, to make it onto this list, a word has to do some serious heavy lifting.
So today, we're going to put one of those 850 words under the microscope, and that word is last. Now, I know, it seems so simple, right? But the fact that it's on this elite list tells us there's a kind of hidden genius to it. So let's dive in and see what makes this little word so special. So, our little investigation starts with the version of last that we all know best, the one we use to put things in order. This is last, the adjective, and it's our very first clue to its power. You know, as an adjective, its job is pretty straightforward. It defines finality. It marks the end of a sequence, the final item in a list, the very last moment. It's the total opposite of first. Simple, super clear, and absolutely essential for describing the world around us. You get it instantly, right? You understand the position, the order, there are no more houses after this one. This sense of sequence and finality is a core concept that pretty much every language needs to be able to express. But, the story does not end here.
All right, let's move on to our second clue because this is where things get really interesting. For a minute, just forget everything about sequence and position because last has a completely different identity as a verb.
And right here, we see a total 180 in meaning. As a verb, last isn't about ending something. It's about the exact opposite. It's about not ending. It's about endurance, continuation, how long something goes on. How long will the meeting last? How long will our supplies last? It's all about time. Think about that. The exact same four letters are used to describe two fundamental and almost opposite ideas. One is about being at the end of a line. The other is about continuing through time. That is incredible linguistic efficiency. But hold on. There's still one more clue to uncover. Our final clue reveals a third, totally distinct role for last. And this time, it's as a determiner. And this one is all about anchoring us in the immediate past. As a determiner, last points to the most recent instance of something relative to now. So it's not the final one in all of history, but the one that came just before this one. It's a subtle but really crucial distinction we use all the time. I mean, just think about how often you say these phrases. What did you do last night? Oh, I saw that movie last week. We use it so naturally we don't even think about it, but it's an incredibly efficient way to talk about the immediate past without needing all these complex sentences. Okay, so we've gathered all our clues. We have the adjective of sequence, the verb of endurance, and the determiner of recent time. So what's the big reveal? Why is this simple little word considered one of the 850 most essential? Well, last didn't make the list for any single one of its meanings. No, it's on that essential list because it so elegantly packs three fundamental concepts, sequence, endurance, and recent time, into one tiny four-letter word. It is a model of pure linguistic efficiency. Seriously, it's like a Swiss Army knife for language. With this one single word, you can define the end of a physical line, you can describe how an event continues through time, and you can pinpoint the most recent cycle in our lives. That is some serious work for just four little letters. And that right there is the genius of the word last. It's a great reminder that sometimes the most powerful tools are the ones that seem the most simple. Which kind of makes you wonder, right? What other everyday words are out there quietly doing the work of three? What other hidden geniuses are you using every single day without even realizing it?